How's it? Today's Monday, November 6th. Ran into some obstacles today. Some invisible obstacles. Today was snatches with some front squats. If you remember last week, I did 93 for 4 doubles and 1 single because I missed the second rep. Because I'm a dingus. But today was like an extension on that. Just 3 kilos higher for 96. Going for 4 doubles today. I did not do a single double. And it's weird because I feel better today than I did last week. I feel much more physically rested. I feel much more physically prepared. I feel quick enough. I'm not saying I'm like 100% back to normal quickness, but there's relatively no pain in my lower back. And I don't know, today was just weird. You watch these snatches, and I think towards the end, I figured out how to snatch again, and I say that every single damn week, which is really not great. I do need to know how to snatch if I'm gonna snatch moving forward. But these warm-ups today were absolutely atrocious. There were a couple of them that the bar over my head was just not where it should have been. That one there, that extension was very not as vertical as I normally am. And same thing here. You can see that I basically almost missed that lift. And like I'm acknowledging it right there. It was just not what I thought today was going to be. I talked to my coach last night, and I was like, okay, what do I want to do tomorrow? He's like, oh, do you think you can do 96? I was like, yeah, I think I can do that. Like, to me, like, in my head, that's 100% certainty that I can do 96 for doubles. I don't know what happened. It just did not turn out very good. So this 70 here was the only good warm-ups that I had. Watch this here at 80. It's going to not be good. Yeah, you see that a sort of weird disconnect between me pulling on the bar and then getting under the bar. There's like a split second where I'm under the bar, but the bar's not on me, if that makes sense. Like I'm not supporting the weight, and then I push myself into a position that's just weird. And look at that. How is that happening at 80? A step forward like that. Like I'm just very frustrated with all these warm-ups here. This was a bad lift here. It is what it is. So then I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like scratching my head. It's a head scratcher. That's what they call those. Moved into my first set at 96 here. I do the first rep. It's not great. Be honest with you, it's not great. Like I'm fighting to just stay on my midfoot here. It is better than that 90 for sure, but if I'm able to do 96 like that on the first rep, what is it going to look like on the second rep? It's going to look like a miss because I just can't lift. And one thing that I was thinking about today that I probably was overemphasizing because of certain lifts last week was pulling on the bar with like through my wrists, lifting like Lasha. I ripped more of my wrist wrap there. Like I could feel it when it was ripped around my wrist. But I'm focusing too much on my arms and where they're pulling and holding on the weights. I'm not focusing enough on letting the bar go to where it's supposed to go. I was pissed right there. I missed this lift. So I do one single, miss that second rep. I do the same thing again on the second set. Miss the first rep on the third set. And then I missed my fourth one here. At this point, I had messaged my coach and I was like, yo, I can't even do a single double. And he was like, yeah, just do one good set. Or one last good single. Not even a set of one technically. And that was supposed to be it on the fourth one. But I missed and I ended up doing it on this one. And you can see the differences in what I'm trying to allude to is that when I am extending, and if my arms are focused so hard on curling my wrists up, I end up pulling too much with my upper body, and there's not enough time to necessarily get my elbows around and get my whole upper body through to the correct position. And it's kind of teetering on that line, because if you don't, or personally for me, if I don't pull with my wrists enough, then positioning overall is compromised. And then if I pull with my wrist too much, then speed overall is compromised, which also affects positioning, which is like a really, really, really strange knife's edge. If you've ever gotten to that point in your lifting, then I think it is a pretty obvious thing to note. But if you've never had that issue before, then me talking about it sounds absolutely absurd. But I've had experiences in the past where if I don't pull with my arms and I'm just letting the bar extend as vertically as possible, I'm not thinking too much about the necessary like muscles and the checkpoints that are happening, then I am able to lift quicker. Another thing about today, after my pulls, front squat triples at 135, yeah, I don't know what's going on. That first rep was really good, really easy. Positioning was requisitely okay. And then that second rep, I was like, yeah, I can't even push from here. Then I tried again for a second set, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to just do 2 here. So I do 1 set of 1, 1 set of 2, and then 1 set of 3 here. But, like, I don't know how or why the front squat, and I guess even the snatches, are going so poorly today. I was talking to Vince. He's like an elite powerlifter. And, he's like, maybe it's just one of those days. Because I feel like I'm strong enough. I feel like I'm quick enough. I feel like I know how to lift. But, again, invisible obstacles for today. This last set right here, or this last rep is a really a challenging grinder. But overall, like, all of these lifts are definitely makeable. Not impossible to make, I'll finish off with some pull-ups and then my pull-off press for my ab core work. Right now it is 8:17 and I feel like a weird upper back pain. Something that is very similar to the one that I was dealing with for a few years, but it's not as sharp. It feels like, honestly, something that is attached to my neck. And I don't know if it's going to go away tomorrow, but I will monitor it more closely. And I will be more sure to sleep on my back tonight. That's kind of, I think, one of the big issues that was plaguing me today, is that my right shoulder was a little bit tired from literally sleeping. But yeah, that's it for today. I appreciate you guys for sticking around and watching me struggle, but we'll see what happens soon. Thank you for watching. Shoots.